So to bring that back to now and it'd be like a pop approach as well, I feel like that's kind of something that's missing at the moment. So I was like, I might as well give it a go. So hi KLAT, my name is Alimish and this is Get to Know Me with KLAT magazine. I started off in music when I was around about 9 years old, doing all of a classical background. So I used to go to Royal Welsh College down the road every Saturday. So when all my friends would be in McDonald's, I'd be in college studying all different music notes. So I've kind of had the upbringing of that. But I would say that by being backed by Horizons, it's had a massive impact on allowing me to help with my project. And I love Wales. The Welsh crowd are the best. So it's had a big influence trying to become something in music because I want to come back home and tour around Welsh fans because they're always the best. All right, well, I absolutely love Formula One. Like, I am a mega fan of Formula One. So to get the opportunity to perform in Abu Dhabi was like a dream come true. Hearing the cars racing around at the same time as singing was like an amazing experience. So it was incredible. And I feel like the music really went well with the vibe there as well. So it was just overall an amazing experience. Well, I absolutely love, I used to love Clubland growing up. So when I was like 9 years old, I'd be singing all of the Clubland classics on karaoke. So I love artists like Crystal Waters. I love as well Robin S. So to bring that back to now and it'd be like a pop approach as well, I feel like that's kind of something that's missing at the moment. So I was like, I might as well give it a go. So yeah, that's kind of where that's come from. I feel like being involved with Perfect Havoc and Selected has had a massive impact for different reasons. It's reached new fan bases, being able to collaborate with the people that I have, whilst also developing on my sound has been, something that's been an incredible experience, and it's given me a chance to kind of grow my profile too. So I'm really grateful to have been able to collaborate with them. They're both great labels and both release songs that I like listening to. So yeah, it was great to be able to collaborate with them, and it's really helped my growth as an artist. Now, I sound like I'm a fan of everything, but I am a massive fan of Example from when I was about 12, right? Change the Way You Kiss Me and Kickstart used to be like my anthem. So to be asked to go and perform at his gigs was, it was a bit surreal at the time. And to do it in the Roundhouse as well, it's like one of my bucket list venues. So yeah, I mean, it was great and the crowds were amazing. And you know, when you look back on something, you think, oh, yeah, I'm quite happy that happened, and it doesn't feel kind of real. Looking back on it, it feels really amazing to have done that. So yeah, overall, it was an incredible, brilliant experience. But there's one thing I would kind of say as a bit of advice is that I wasn't really in the moment at all when I did it. So I'm kind of like worrying about what things would be like and how people would perceive me, and, you know, if people would like the song. And I think moving forward, as a bit of advice, like none of that matters as long as you're enjoying it and you're in the moment, because that moment won't come again. You'll have different moments, but that particular one won't happen again. So you might as well just enjoy it for what it is. So that's one piece of advice I would have given to myself back then that I'll probably use in the next one. Well, to be honest, I've started to not get so nervous at being at these events because, again, I just think like it's pretty cool and I might as well just enjoy it for what it is, because if I get too much in my head about it, then it ruins the whole moment. But I would say the most worry about going to these festivals is about what I'm going to wear. That's the one thing I'm like, oh my God, what am I going to wear? And the hat has become a new addition. So I try to get everything to match with my hat. So that's like my preparation. The sets kind of, I prepare them in advance, but then I think, oh God, like what am I going to wear? So that's my like main thing for when I go and perform, is what is it going to be that I'm wearing? So yeah. Being an A-list artist on BBC Radio Wales is quite rewarding. It's a lovely experience on the build-up, hearing the song getting picked for BBC Introducing on Wales and knowing that people around your area are going to hear the song. But then for that to get A-listed, it's really cool because you might be out walking and someone's got the radio on. There's been a few times I've gone into the cafe and they have on Radio Wales and the song was playing. I just think like that's something I've dreamed of since I've been a little girl. So to hear it live and to hear it outside and it's playing on my home radio, it's really rewarding. And I feel like that's something that every Welsh artist should experience at some point, because it's just like, it's lovely, you know, it's a real lovely thing to have. And to have people talking about the track and sometimes not saying my name right, but when I hear them talking about the track, it's really rewarding, it's lovely. Oh, the process behind kind of writing, it kind of differs each time, because I've always found that the best songs have come from when I'm not trying to recreate something. So when I'm thinking of what do I like, let's try and write something I would like, not particularly copying something, I always find that the actual process is so much more enjoyable and it's something I look forward to doing. So basically I collaborate with quite a few different people and we just bounce off each other, and to hear them ideas go from being something simple like a na 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 to an actual full-blown production, it just makes the whole process so exciting. And it's like art. When you see a painting and like you see one stroke, it looks like nothing, but when that starts to come together you see the whole piece. That's kind of like music. It goes from being something so basic to something really grand. And every time I do a track now, I always think, even though the initial idea might not sound how I hope it would sound, I always try and see them through, because I think that could become something special. So yeah, it's quite exciting, the creative process, just to see something through and to see what could come of it. When it's for me, I always try to think of what would the music video look like. And the music video is always something that's quite important, because I feel like the music videos are kind of on the way back. They're starting to be a bit more dancing, like you've got Tate McRae, Sabrina Carpenter. It's all starting to come back around, like when Britney was big, like that for me was a big thing. So I always try to imagine how the video would look and how it would actually visually look on stage. And if I can't see that, I normally don't try and do the song for me, because I need to connect with it on every different level, like how I would see the video going, how I would see me do on stage, and how I would actually feel performing it. So that's kind of what I take into account. If I'm not jumping up and down as I'm writing it, I think, yeah, this can go to someone else. But yeah, I really connect with that, so I would love it. The most surprising aspect of the rise, I would say, is actually finding my own sound. But over the years, you always think to try and create music, to try and get your name out there. And there was one time when I was on it was a session with Play Virtuoso. They're an incredible organisation. If any musicians starting out, they're definitely ones to get in with. And they had a live session with Becky Hill at the time, and she was doing Q&A session. And obviously I'm a massive fan. So I had prepared my question of asking, how do I try and establish myself as an artist? And I think I was around about 20 at the time. And I was saying, oh, I just want to get as many songs out there as I can. And she was saying, you need to find your sound. You need to actually find something you enjoy doing. It's not about putting everything out there. It's about finding what you love. And obviously someone telling you that, you think, oh, they've got it figured out. Like, I'm just going to try everything. And then it one day just clicked of, this is the sound I like. This is what I want to do. And it's a real rewarding process, and something that was so exciting for me at, like, on my rise, when I actually realised what it was I wanted to do. And I feel like out of all of the achievements you can get, finding what it is that's your passion there's not any achievement that can be rewarded to you that is as big as that. I really feel like that's something, as an artist, when you find that spark, that's, you know, you can't get rid of it then. It's something that's amazing. Oh God, a dance move for me, right? I feel like the worm, because I feel like I would love the music to have a ripple effect. I'm not going to do the worm right now because the last time I did it, it didn't go down very well. But anybody who can actually do the worm, I want my music to have that effect of that one person likes it and then next person who hears it likes it and the next person. So I imagine them all going like that. So that's my move, is the worm. And I'm not going to do it ever. But if anyone ever sees me and they want to, please feel free to. I love that. My heart with the Formula One cars is obviously Red Bull, but I don't like their colouring for me. So if I was going to be a car colour, it would be red, because I wear everything red with like black stripe. I'd love a little black stripe down here, maybe like a little bit of fire, but a fire done in like white or something, like maybe with like a few bits of red off it. But the red might clash, so maybe not. But I don't know. That would be my colouring. Oh, it would be, you know, I have a really weird, like, I've always loved this one cartoon character. Look at me getting excited. I've always loved this one cartoon character, and it's Sonic the Hedgehog. I think that me and Sonic could make an incredible track. It would be fast, it'd be exciting, and he'd run loops whilst I'm doing it. So that would be my dream collab as a cartoon character. Storm. My latest single, Bring a Storm. I'd like to bring a bit of spicy rain and a hint of sunshine with a little rainbow afterwards, but mainly a storm. The symptoms they'd experience, I'd say, is a slight temperature with a very, very busy moving legs to dance. That would be their symptoms. I have no prescription to give them, but that would be the symptoms they'd have.